You know, Bob, it's almost surreal because today it was blue skies, very calm, warm, Florida weather, and then you think about just about 2 days ago.
I know it's amazing. You think about it. It was here. It was terrible. Everyone was concerned. Now we're back to things are pretty good out there, but they're still not all the way back, obviously. And just driving in tonight, driving at night is very difficult right now with the street lights out, because even if they're you kind of know about them, you're driving along, you can't see that their lights are
not
there.
only the lights are out, and we did so many stories yesterday about how to be careful when you get to a signal that's not working. When I left here last night, what's the first thing I saw? A car flipped over at a four-way stop. Guess why?
Because they didn't stop because they didn't see the lights. And it's easy not to see them too at night, because you're driving along, you're not looking up because there's no light there. So it's kind of interesting to that perspective. So I caution people, if you don't drive at night if you can, and try to limit your trips during the day, because there are some trees down over the roads. We'll show you that in just a little bit. Here's a viewer photo right now of a very large tree in northwest Bradenton. Steve sending this one, and there were some big trees that fell, especially up near northwest Bradenton, and they had, as near Anna Maria, the strongest wind gust anyway, at 92 miles an hour. And here's another photo that Adam Cellini, his friend, sent this in, of a huge tree uprooted and just slammed a ground. Luckily, missing some cars there in the process, but some folks didn't miss. They didn't miss some homes, in fact. Fred Seeger, though, shows us what it's all about. That's what Alan was just saying. A beautiful sunset tonight, clear skies, calm conditions out there in the seas, looking really quite nice. I mentioned the water temperature. Water temperature is so crucial in determining hurricanes and how strong they will be, and you have to have water temperatures above 80 degrees in order for a hurricane to form. And certainly it's still 80 degrees, but one point where the storm was moving, it was 90 degree temperatures there. We still have those 90-degree temperatures in the Caribbean, and that's where we start to focus our attention more so during the latter half of the season. But right along the path of Irma, you can see a little bit of a trail there, and that's a result of the upwelling created by the strong winds of Irma, and temperatures have cooled. It used to be 89, 90 degrees. Now we're down into the low to mid 80s in the path of where Irma went through, and that's one of the benefits, I guess, of these storms. They have to balance the atmosphere out somehow. The excessive heat at the tropical locations has to balance that out. So these storms pop up as a result of that. We have some showers down in the Keys now. This is a little sign of things to come. The moisture is going to return in our direction. So we'll start to see a better chance for some showers and storms scattered about in the afternoon and evening. So we'll get back to those typical afternoon and evening storms beginning not so much tomorrow. So we have another day of dry conditions outside, and looks like to be pretty good weather to do some cleanup work, as most people have been doing lately. You can see a live sweep of the radar, not showing any rainfall around. I know a lot of people along the rivers are really concerned if we get any more rainfall, because the flooding that's taking place there right now. Well, with this dry air in place right near Irma, or at least the remnant low of Irma, it continues to keep things relatively quiet here. Could have been a lot worse had there been a plume of moisture kind of trailing behind it and drawing it right into it, but right now that is not going to happen. And it looks like Irma is no longer a tropical depression at this point. 76 degrees, dew point is at 74. The humidity now at 94%, winds out of the northeast, very light at 3. We could use a little breeze, especially if you don't have any air conditioning. That breeze is always nice. The pressure now at standard, 29.92 inches, and that continues to rise. The high today, 86 and 10 degrees cooler to start the morning off. 94, the record set back in 1988. No, just 1/100th of an inch of rainfall fell at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. The monthly total now 7.89 inches. We had a record month of August rainfall, and now we're well above average for this month at 4.29 inches, and we're 15 inches plus in our rain. You think about it, when we started off January, February, March, we were at a deficit, an extreme deficit, and now we're well above that, so a little unusual. The wind flow will be very light throughout the overnight hours, and then we will see it pick up just a little bit in the afternoon, so no problems with our wind. We'll see a little west coast sea breeze developing in the afternoon on in through Wednesday. Temperatures in the 70s, although 84 now in Miami. Key West not reporting because the weather station inoperable due to the strong winds that moved on through. Gulf water temperature now 83, mid-70s now along the coast, and the forecast tomorrow looks like this. Right around 86 degrees with mostly sunny skies and maybe a few more clouds around, but not many. And temperatures around the U.S. Pretty warm out west, 102 in Phoenix and 66 in Toronto, 71 in the nation's capital. Well, the forecast checks out like this for boaters tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southeast, turning to the south at 10 knots, and we'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature 83, UV index at a 10, and beach should be a nice beach day. 86 for beach temperature and 88 inland areas. 40% chance for showers and storms to return on Thursday. Friday, a better chance, and the weekend looking pretty good with just a slight chance for late day storms.